You're not tired because you lack energy. You're tired because your brain no longer believes your energy is real. I am Marcus Voss. Here you won't find hype, only structure. I've spent years studying what blocks clarity and builds discipline. And one of the most seductive disruptors hides in plain sight, disguised as productivity fuel. You think it helps you focus, but what if it's quietly stealing your focus, your sleep, your inner rhythm, and training your brain to ignore its natural signals? Let's pull back the curtain. There's something you need to see, and once you do, you can't unsee it. Your energy isn't being lost, it's being borrowed. Every cup you drink is a small loan your brain takes from tomorrow. Caffeine doesn't create focus, it simulates it. It floods your system with false urgency, convincing your body you're alert while silently draining the deeper reserves meant for recovery, reflection, and genuine learning. It's not fuel, it's an illusion of movement, the same way a spinning wheel looks fast but stays in place. You wake up already tired, reach for another cup and call it productivity. But what's really happening is a quiet trade. You exchange long-term clarity for short bursts of tension and shallow focus. It's the mental equivalent of turning up the volume on a broken speaker. Louder, yes, but never clearer. That's why you feel restless after the crash, unable to think deeply, needing one more dose just to return to normal. It's not a lack of discipline, it's a system running on artificial signals. And once your brain learns that alertness can be bought, it forgets how to earn it naturally. This internal exhaustion has a source, and understanding how caffeine rewires your neural rhythm changes everything. You felt it, that silent heaviness in the middle of the day. You reach for a coffee, not because you're lazy, but because your mind feels scattered and dull. And caffeine has become your emergency switch. But even after the kick, the clarity doesn't come. Just motion, tension, and later, guilt. You try to push through, to be more disciplined, to start over tomorrow. But tomorrow always feels just like today. It's not because you're weak. It's because no one ever told you your energy system is broken, not your will. Here's the real cycle. You start with good intentions. You open your laptop, sip your drink, tell yourself, this time I'll focus. Then, 10 minutes later, tabs open, phone flickers, your mind races but your body freezes. Guilt creeps in. You try again. Another coffee, another tab, another round of distraction dressed as productivity. But beneath all this is something deeper. Your brain is trapped in a loop of overstimulation, artificial alertness, and chaotic signals. Caffeine, once a tool, has become a crutch, silently feeding a structure of distraction. You are not lazy. You are wired into a system that hijacks your attention and sells you temporary relief. And here's the truth. You can't out-discipline a nervous system that's been overstimulated and under-recovered. Not with more coffee, not with more pressure. Because the real issue isn't motivation. It's an invisible architecture of noise, habits, and false cues. This isn't your failure. It's a predictable result of how your mind reacts when the environment teaches it to chase stimulation instead of structure. There's a reason for this exhaustion, and it's not just emotional, it's neurological. And once you see the brain pattern behind it, it will all make sense. Let's make something clear. Your brain is not sabotaging you, it's trying to protect you. Its primary goal isn't clarity or performance. It's conservation, energy efficiency, survival. So when you flood it with caffeine and stimulation, it doesn't say, let's focus. It says, let's brace. It enters a high alert mode that was once meant for threats, not task lists. In this state, your limbic system, the emotional brain, takes control. It craves quick wins, easy dopamine. That's why you keep switching tabs, checking messages, seeking tiny hits of relief. This is not weakness, it's biology. Your brain is doing what it was designed to do, follow the fastest, most familiar route to energy relief. Caffeine doesn't give you clarity, it gives you escape velocity, from stillness, from discomfort, from presence. Think of your mind like a well-worn path in a forest. Each time you respond to stress with caffeine and digital stimulus, that trail deepens. It becomes automatic. So even when you try to sit in silence, breathe and focus, your mind takes the old path. It rushes, it distracts, it runs. Trying to force discipline in this environment is like lighting a candle in a storm. The flame flickers, then dies. Not because you didn't try hard enough, but because the wind never stopped blowing. But here's the hope science gives us. Your brain is plastic, malleable. It rewires to rhythm, not force. With small rituals practiced in calm, repeated in structure, new paths form. Clearer ones, smoother ones that lead to clarity, not chaos. You don't need more willpower, you need a system that teaches your brain how to slow down and focus again. Now that you understand the pattern behind your scattered energy, let's teach your brain a new response. One gesture, one ritual that starts now. I call this ritual the Wakeful Pause. It's not a tool, it's a soft reset, a signal to your nervous system. I refuse to chase wakefulness, I reclaim it. This pause becomes your anchor, the spark that begins a new narrative inside your mind. It isn't about doing more, it's about reconnecting, presence before performance. You can run the Wakeful Pause in any quiet corner, no gadgets needed, just your body, your breath and your attention. Here's how. Takes 3 to 5 minutes. Sit or stand in a space you seldom use for stimulation. Corner of the room, a chair by the window. Place your coffee cup or your phone or your pen slightly out of reach, just outside arm's length. Shut your eyes, take a cleansing breath. Inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 6 counts. With eyes closed, draw your attention to your heart region. Sense the beat, the warmth, the subtle lift. Now lift one hand, palm facing inward. Slowly trace a straight downward line from your forehead to your chest with your fingers, as though bringing attention from head to heart. At the end of the trace, softly whisper or think, I choose presence over speed. Open your eyes, take one more breath, return your hand. Wait 30 seconds in silence before touching your cup, phone or notes again. Do this 3 times today, ideally before your next coffee, before your next task, before distraction begins. This isn't performance, it's architecture. Your brain craves signals, short, consistent, safe cues that convey what to do next. By pairing environment plus breath plus gesture plus intention, you create a new engine for clarity. This is neuroplasticity, the reinforcement of a new route through repetition and context, not willpower. Over time, that downward trace becomes a switch, pause, presence. You're not just doing an exercise, you're training your brain's next response, replacing the reflex, cup, stimulation, alertness, with a stronger reflex, pause, clarity. Your neural system begins to trust patience over artificial speed, to prioritize coherence over chaos. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Begin now. With this small pause, you send a bold signal. My energy is not for sale. You start shifting your relationship with caffeine from crutch to boundary. Every time you repeat it, you teach your mind, clarity doesn't come from more, it comes from alignment. Let's begin the first pause. Because you're not chasing wakefulness anymore, you're creating it. You saw that your energy wasn't failing, it was being borrowed. You realized caffeine isn't a sharpener, it's a mask. You felt how your focus has been paying rent to speed, not clarity. You didn't stumble here by accident, and you didn't stay by mistake. To pause, to sense, to begin a ritual. These are small acts, but they mark the moment your brain remembers it can choose differently. Every time you do the wakeful pause, you're not just resisting stimulation, you're constructing presence. You are already evolving. This is not a lesson you watch, it's a shift in how you relate to your mind. And if today cracked open a new view, then the next step is giving that shift structure. If in the last episode you saw that caffeine might help you feel awake, Today you discovered it could be clouding your clarity instead. Change My Mind is more than a program. It's the architecture behind lasting focus. It bridges insight and behavior. It gives your brain a scaffold so ritual and presence aren't occasional. They become your baseline. If your days feel like a chase, chasing energy, chasing clarity, chasing motivation, Change My Mind offers a structure that honors your nervous system, not fights it. It helps you reclaim control over your energy, one micro shift at a time. The link is in the description, and this program is only available through this channel. Click now to join Change My Mind and begin building the mental systems your wife demands. If this episode opens something in you, share it with someone who leans on caffeine to survive. And comment below, what's the one signal your body gives you when you're overdosing on urgency? Next time, gift or poison, how rest is the hidden work of deep thinking. We'll explore why the most productive minds stop working altogether and how you can rest without losing momentum. I'm Marcus Voss, specialist in clarity, cognitive structure, and focus strategy. Your next chapter starts now.